Hey, how's it going? In today's video, I want to talk about an MMO that respects your time. I know, crazy. However, those of you who follow me closely, especially those of you on our Discord server, might have noticed that since July, I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV. I actually started a bit earlier. I even had a video here on my YouTube channel with my first impressions. However, at that time, I was basically learning WASD. Now I'm at endgame, and I want to share part 2 of my experience. And also, big shout out to Square Enix for sponsoring today's video. Since the last time we talked, I discovered a lot of things. For example, how easy it is to be new in Final Fantasy XIV due to the various systems that are in place in the game. There's literally 100 mentors just waiting there for you to ask them questions like stuck in MSQ, no problem. Where to craft and gather, no problem. Best this, best that. Being new in Final Fantasy XIV is exactly like being the only guy on an island full of girls. You're golden. And people are so friendly, dude, to a point where there was this guy that was chasing me around the map to give me like flying mounts and skins and stuff like that. It's just like crazy. I actually was scared that I'm gonna get banned after I trade with him. Who knows? You're right where he got him from. But no, apparently no. Apparently there's games where people are just like that, and he was just a genuinely nice fella. Then I went raiding to the Crystal Tower, and bro, I don't know what people felt about the place when it first came out, but I felt it's a classic. It gives that sort of warm bronze kind of looking vibe of good, like Voltan, for example, in Lost Ark, or like Dark Poet Aeneon, etc. And I kept wondering to myself, why do all of these, let's say, first ever raids in that game have this feeling of goodness to them? In any case, as most of you come to expect from my channel and from myself, of course I was the best player in those raids. I try to position myself on the outskirts. Team, I cannot move. Oh, there's this hand. Team, hand. Anyone on the hand? Only one person here helping me out. Team? Hello? Okay. Resume. Oh shit, do I need to run there? Oh, we made it. What? So overall, the Crystal Tower was easy, but very enjoyable, right? Especially for a new player like myself, which was still learning mechanics in general, like Final Fantasy, how do things look like. But also my job, my rotation, and playing around various things while, still doing damage. Very good feeling about myself that I'm not stupid, that I can be there. I never felt like, oh, I shouldn't queue up ever for this because I'm dragging, the rest of my teammates down. Very positive overall. The level 60 rage though, that's the place where I found my absolute favorite one. Dunscath. Stop it. Like I was there like for the first fight with the dragon. I thought to myself, I can't fall off this platform. I can't. That this is old content. They didn't do that to people back in the day to fall off the. No, you can fall off the platform. You can fall off the platform definitely. And I was like so shocked. I was like lounging on my chair like that because I came from Crystal Tower and it wasn't a biggie. So then I was like, and then I stood up and. Okay, let me just take this seriously for a second. And I really enjoyed Dunscape, like all of the bosses there. Absolute favorite. Oh, and by the way, both of these raids I was just talking about, Crystal Tower at level 50 and then Dunscape at 60, can be played even for free. You don't need like to buy an expansion or to have a sub. They have a free trial right now that allows you to play up until level 60 for free, and you can try out several classes. Basically, have unlimited game time, but just up until level 60. So definitely an opportunity there. Another thing that I found very respectful, at least up until level 90, is the gearing up process. Not just respectful of my time, but also simple in general, simple to do. It's like one token that you get from raids without even noticing, right? Which you exchange for better and better sets of gear as you reach higher round levels like 60, 70, 80, 90. And even for a brand new guy like myself, all I needed to know is that there's an exchange NPC somewhere in towns. Different towns have different kind of gear available for them as you obviously are higher level yourself, and that's how you gear up. The rest was so easy. Like I found the guy, had the tokens already, by the way, didn't have to grind for a year to get them, and just a few clicks later, boom, fully geared for another 10 levels. Never once felt like behind or stressed that I need to go out of my way to earn something specific to have a better time here and there, right? Plus the matchmaking really helps here. Generally speaking, I don't like matchmaking in MMORPGs, but here in Final Fantasy XIV, everything that you need to do from level 50 to 90 with other players, even early 90, is match made. Like dungeons, raids, trials, leveling sessions, even main story quests, dude. I've never seen anything like that. Like MSQ done via matchmaking, right? All of which basically cuts down 90% of the stress of joining a group and like rejection that might come with it. And I've yet to figure out why an end game player would actually queue up for a level 50, 60, 70 piece of content. But I have a feeling it has something to do with either proper incentives or just the game respecting your time enough. Another thing I did was playing other jobs or classes in other MMORPGs. And it's funny because they call it job. And for me, like, job is a stressful word in a game. And I think most of you know why. Not here, though. Very pleasant to level up another one and sort of try out a completely new playstyle or a role. As some of you know, I started as a summoner, and in hindsight, I think that was a really good decision just because the rotation is simple to understand and do. So it allowed me a lot of spare time to look left and right. I could take my eyes off my skills, off my cooldowns to learn the mechanics better. But I did recently pick up a black mage just because I played with a person that kept shooting waves of fire and it looked really cool. So I wanted to try it too. I also felt he did a lot of damage judging by the mob's HP. Maybe it wasn't him, who knows? I'm gonna see later. However, now that I'm approaching endgame, I would really like to get into other roles, for example, a tank. Luckily, I didn't pick up one to begin with, just because looking at the tanks that I've been playing with so far, they really know the game much better than a brand new player. Where to go to lead the party, which room to go next, how to position bosses, etc. It would have been a disaster if I would have started as a tank, but I'm really looking forward to pick up a tank role and when I learn the game better, of course. And speaking about learning the game, just the other day I was talking to a couple of friends over on Discord because I saw them playing Final Fantasy XIV, so I started asking them a couple of questions. And one thing led to another, which all led to them showing me what's in the future of the game. Apparently, the game's next major update, called Dawn Trail, is set to go live next year summer. And I've watched all of the trailers, I've watched most of their North American convention, listened to Yoshi P talk about things. um, what got me excited as a brand new player was not necessarily the new raids or the new classes, the jobs, because all of the current raids and current classes are new for me. So I'm having a lot of fun discovering those, plenty to discover. But the new zone, for example, that got me a little bit excited. The graphics update is another thing that's a big highlight for the game since its launch. But most importantly, it felt to me that Dawn Trail is going to be a new beginning. And that was really exciting because since I'm new, I have consumed all of the story and all of the content and raids in a very short span of time. It was a very intensive emotional roller coaster, to be honest with you. And because of that, this new trailer with like the sea and the pirate theme and the golden city and the light and the sun and the water really gave me sort of extra motivation to think about Final Fantasy from a new player's point of view. And you know what? After watching the trailers and reading a little bit more about it, I automatically made a plan. And I was telling my friends this too. By the time 7.0 hits, I actually want to have everything else done, like several jobs, Endwalker done, gear, just to be ready to take on Dawn Trail day one. So I will continue my adventure in Final Fantasy XIV at the same pace as I have so far, just because I think that this is a game worth my time, and the more I play it, the more I understand that I sort of want to finish it, so to say. And next summer, when Dawn Trail goes live, we're going to assess and see where it all takes us. But anyway, this was all for today's video. This was my progress update with Final Fantasy XIV and also my plans sort of for the near and distant future with the game. I hope you enjoy your time wherever you are, and I thank you so much for your time watching this video. I'm going to see you in my next one really soon. Take care and stay safe.